Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Treble. I'm your host, Caesar. Thank you so much for clicking on this. If you're new here, welcome. If you are not new here and you're coming back, I appreciate all the love, the support, the views, the likes, everything. So thank you so much. Now, this week we are focusing more on a weekly roundup. I know in the last few episodes I stated I was going to do in October, like favorites. Life got crazy, guys. I was sick. You can hear me all ramble about it in the last episode. But we're moving forward. I'm just going to talk about the songs that I've come up since then, since like that last weekly roundup, and what I've been listening to, what albums I've been listening to. Surprise, surprise, there's only been one. So, yeah, but there's a lot of great songs that were released. A lot of great songs. So, this is not going to be a super, super big, long episode. It's going to be a little more quick, a little shorter. So, yeah, let's just get to it. All right, guys. So, to start off, we are focusing in on Latino, reggaeton, space. There's actually only one song worth mentioning in this space, and that is Bizarrap and Daddy Yankee's Settle Bizarrap Music Session, Volume 0/66. I don't know. I don't know why he named it that. This is like Bizarrap's 62nd session, but he actually titled this one as number 0. But you know what? I'm surprised he did, and I'm surprised that he brought Daddy Yankee back to reggaeton, because for such a long time, there's been something missing in the reggaeton space. The artists aren't doing reggaeton. They're doing a lot of salsa, merengue, tropical influences, but there was no reggaeton influence. And it was hard to see even those original artists, the OG artists, not doing great music. I'm sorry, they weren't. Like, this year was very off for some reason. There were a few hits here and there, but a lot of it was just not as well executed. Even Bad Bunny, sure, it's reggaeton, it's in that genre, but it's not a true in-depth reggaeton like what people used to put in the last even like 5 years. So I'm glad Bizarrap brought back Daddy Yankee from his hiatus, or I don't even know if it's hiatus or he quit reggaeton music altogether. I don't know exactly that, but he brought him back. It is such a classic vibe. It gives me that OG style Daddy Yankee with his rapping, his confidence. He's literally talking about his legacy and how he's literally the GOAT of reggaeton, which he is. And it's one of the better rap sessions, Bizarrap music sessions, other than like the Shakira one, Peso Pluma, Snow the Product, Nati Peluso. Like, those sessions were amazing, but this one tops them all. And it's just one of those better songs, those better sessions. And I'm so glad Daddy Yankee is back. And I hope this is just an introduction that he is coming back to reggaeton and making those great hits that we all love. But yeah, it's such a great song. I love the theme of it. I love just the whole vibe. I love Bizarrap's production. The way he does it is he changes like the melody, he changes a little bit of the production throughout the middle or the outro of the song into his signature sound. But them two being together doesn't sound out of place at all. It sounds like they've been making music together for such a long time. And that's what I like about Bizarrap. His production, his style, is that he's able to bring the artist who he's collaborating with into his world, but also have their traditional sound and the flow and everything and mix it together really well. And I don't know, he's just like one of the best producers out there right now. I wish he got more recognition. I wish he did more hits with bigger artists, because usually he does collaborations with smaller artists or artists that aren't as big. But I really wish he would really focus in and people actually hire him to do great hits, because he's done such an amazing job. But out of all the reggaeton, Latin, pop Latin, Spanish world, I feel like this is the only song worth mentioning, just because of how big of a great hit it is. And I hope it gets recognition. I hope it charts. I hope it gets certified, because there's just a great song to bring back to a genre that's been lacking in 2025. So yeah, guys, definitely go check that one out. It's so cool. It's shorter than expected, but I feel like it was short, done, sweet, and just right to the point that it's a great intro for Daddy to be back into reggaeton. So hopefully we do get him back for sure. Okay, guys, so let's move on to Hilary Duff's Mature. Now, this song surprised me a little bit because I wasn't expecting her to do a pop rock type of sound. It's not like full on pop rock, but it has a lot of influences and elements to it that I honestly was expecting something from like her, not Confetti Air, from Breathe In, Breathe Out. You know, I was expecting something in that pop world because for a while there, it's been 10 years since her last album. And I feel like we missed the opportunity to have her be seen as a pop girl. We first saw that touch during her Dignity era back in like 2009, 2009. And she did a great job. I don't even know if it was 2009. Maybe it was even sooner than that. But we didn't get to see really her be a pop main girl. And that's why this sound, it kind of shocked me a little bit. But it suits her so well. You know, it gives us the glimpse of the 2000s, gives us that feel, gives us like those glimmery synths, those guitar strings, those guitar sounds that we like. It's a very self-reflective song because she's literally talking to like her younger self in a way, or talking to someone who is younger and maybe pursuing someone who's older than them, but not having the right state of mind to know that she's gonna get hurt. And I love that. And you know, it's really leaning to a self-reflecting song about her relationship. Although that's not extremely named, there are touches of the lyrics that you can tell that this song is about her younger self. And it's a beautiful song. It's not very like, it's not like a diss track, you know. There's no name calling, she's not really like dissing someone in a sense. She does it very smooth, very slick, but it's such a mature song and it suits her so well. I hope she does get a entry in the Hot 100. It's been a great song to listen to. I have it on repeat. It's just, I'm excited to see what else she brings with this new album that she's working on and with her new record label that she has and she's working with. And I really do hope she gives us like maybe a little bit more pop, you know, not so much just stick to the pop rock space, because I love her, but I want to see her explore more pop sounds, and maybe not even too much of like a dance vibe or anything like that, but just more pop, because I miss her in that space, because she did a great pop album 10 years ago and a lot of people didn't give her that recognition that she deserves. But yeah, I like this song. It's very like very slick, very like sultry, very mature, very her, and that's why I really do enjoy this song for sure. So yeah, definitely go check that one out. And then let's move on to Miss Ciara. Now, Ciara released her CC album back in September or August, September, I believe. And it's such a great R&B album. Throughout the months, she's been adding like the deluxe versions. She's been adding more songs to it. That's the great thing about like having streaming services. You can add more songs to albums. But the bad part about that is when it comes to like digital pressing, not digital, physical pressing, like in vinyl, CDs, you kind of miss that opportunity, right? To have those in the completed album, quote unquote, if you want to say it like that. But anyways, she has a song she released this past week. It's called Nice and Sweet, featuring I can't say her name, I'm sorry. And then Oxlade. And now this is more R&B, pop, Afrobeats type of vibe. It's very island infused. It really gives us like a more of like that feeling of sunshine, like a feel of that. And I just love what she's doing here. I don't really think she's ever dug deep into an Afro sound, like Afro tropical sound. So I love how she sounds. I feel like her voice suits the song so well. And the collaborations was unexpected because it's someone that I've never heard of or I've never really, dug deep in. But I like how they all sound together. Like, I feel like they just made a great collaboration. And like, it's just one of those smoother, slower tracks. I love it. It's like literally becoming one of my favorites from her album. Now, not top 5, maybe like top 8, right, from her album, if I'm ranking them, to be honest. But I love the themes. It talks about love. It talks about like just wanting to focus in on connection and the energy between two people. And I just love that because I know Ciara has created great love songs in the past. And even with this new album, she's made great love songs. And I guess it comes from inspiration of her life. You know, her and Russell Wilson have been making a life together and have been very happy for a long time. She talks about him all the time. She talks about how great a connection they have, and it truly does come through with the music she's creating currently. And I love this for her. I am so excited for her to see what else in the future she can give us, and I hope this album gets more recognition because there's just so much that she does. Like, she's still giving us those like dance hits. She's giving us R&B hits. She's giving us a little bit of pop, not as much pop as before, but she's still having growth, personal growth, self-reflection. Her writing's getting better. Her production's getting better. And I love that she has the creative freedom because she has her own record label. Now she doesn't have like the same amount of budget, maybe not as much as like a push from a record label, but she is able to truly just shine with utilizing the resources she has. And I love this song. I think it's just one of those great Afro R&B pop hits that you will definitely love. So definitely check her out. Now we're moving on to a girl group who is seriously taken by storm. They have a unique history. It's been lawsuits with their company, and so not to get into the middle of all that, but they basically rebranded themselves. They are now considered a new girl group. They are no longer associating themselves with the old group name or anything like that. I don't even think it's gonna exist. But this song is by Girlset. It's called Little Miss, and it's this funky, upbeat, modern pop, dance pop, R&B with like Y2K inspired choreography, sounds, R&B, hip hop, and it's literally taken by storm because they've been performing on GMA, which is insane because technically they're a K-pop group. Now, I don't think in the beginning when they were associated with their past, they were a K-pop group, but I think now they're more considered like an international group. They're being compared to Cat's Eye. They're being compared to what do they call it? Like Fifth Harmony, and the way they used to be like more international, more global girl group. So I think that's not what they're being branded as because it doesn't sound like a K-pop sound. Even like their first official single, because this is technically their second single, it didn't sound like K-pop, not even K-pop inspired. I feel like Cat's Eye has more of that K-pop influence in their songs, but Girlset doesn't. Like, I feel like they're just gonna be targeting globally, and they're gonna be doing more global type of sounds. So I just love the sounds. I love the energy. I love how catchy it is. I just love also the choreography that we're getting with the video. Like, something about them is different this time around. Something about them. And I love also the diversity of them. They're all different ethnicities. They have all different backgrounds, different influences, different voices that you can see or you hear that they truly know how to sing. And they've just been practicing, I guess, the last year and a half that they have been able to been promoting because of what was going on. But yeah, like, they're gonna kill it. I really do see them being a big girl group, and I'm so glad because there's been such a high surge of girl groups recently. Like, they're getting the recognition they deserve. They're being more spotlighted. People are talking about them. People are wanting girl groups, and I think it's a great time for us to have a girl group because before this girl group, we really didn't have like a big international girl group since Little Mix and Fifth Harmony. And before that, I would say Danity Kane, Pussycat Dolls. That's pretty much it, and who I can think of, at the top of my head, just because I know that there were so many girl groups, but then they fell right away. it didn't really like hit the market or have that personal growth. But yeah, I'm excited for this song. Like I said, I just love the sounds. I love the 90s, 2000s inspired sounds. I love the choreography. I feel like this is like seriously one of the best choreography of a girl group in a good while. And I just love the confidence of what they're bringing to the K-pop world or the global world, because technically they're still kind of like in the K-pop playlist, even like talked about in K-pop, just because I think the association with their company that they're signed with. But anyways, go watch it. Go listen to this. This is such a vibe. It's such a great song. I think it's fully in English. There's no Korean lyrics. But see, I think that's why it's being targeted more globally than just in Korea, right? Or the K-pop world. But yeah, guys, go watch it. I'm just excited for them. I'm excited for them to really show us who they are. So check them out. Moving on to the final song that I feel like has had a chokehold on me the last 3 weeks. Can you believe it? It's been 3 weeks since this song was released. It's by Demi Lovato and it's called Confetti. Now, this song was released, I believe, kind of like towards the mid of her last album. It's not that deep. Like, she released different versions of this album digitally, and this was released on iTunes. Like, the actual song was released as an album, like a bonus track on iTunes. So you had to buy the special like extended version in order for you to get this track. And Confetti is seriously such a great song. Like, I don't understand why this song wasn't on the actual standard edition. Like, I feel like this song's her best song in that album. Like, I really do think that after listening to it so much, after having all those like reviews and rankings, this song's just so much better. Like, it's just one of those songs that I feel like cannot be topped in the pop scene, in the pop world, because it's just one of those better songs for her. Like, it's very club heavy. It's a party anthem. It's just one of those songs that gets you to the dance floor and want to just dance. It makes you feel sexy. It makes you feel sensual. It makes you feel flirtatious. It just has this great energy. And when she's singing this song, you can see Demi like just being such a boss, being such a girl who's happy and ready to party and just want to have with life, which is the overall theme of this album, of this era of her, that she just wants to have fun. It's not that deep. Life is just, it's in life you're supposed to just have fun and enjoy the ride no matter what you're going through. And I just love that. The lyrics are very suggestive. The lyrics are not for you to listen to with children at all, so make sure you don't. I don't think she like cusses in this, but these like second meaning lyrics you would understand if you are an adult. Like, you're like, oh, that's not actually confetti, just FYI. But I love this song. It's such a vibe. It's such a mood. It puts me in such a great mood that it's just so cool to see. So cool to see this growth on her. So cool to just see her have fun and enjoy life. So yeah, go check this song out. It's just one of her better songs. It's just one of those, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's literally being so ranked high that when I do like my top 20 of 2025, it's going to be in the top like 5. Seriously, because this year I really wanted to just have fun with music. I want music to just make me happy and enjoy it and dance. And not a lot of artists did that. But the artists I have really I've really gravitated to the song. I still play them again. I still go back and listen to them. Like, I still just gives me those goosebumps and those chills that this song's going to be up there. And you watch when I do that video next month. But yeah, guys, so that was it. That was just the songs. Go listen to them. They're amazing. They're just one of those songs that have come up in the last several weeks that I just can't stop playing. They keep being on playlists. I keep like rearranging so I can listen to them. And yeah, I'm excited to see what else we're gonna get. I know we're winding down. We're like almost closer to Thanksgiving, and so we are getting closer to like the holiday season. I've been listening to a lot of holiday music lately, but these songs I go back to when I'm a little bit tired of the holiday music, of the holiday songs, and I need something else to listen to. I kind of gravitate towards these songs a lot. So yeah. But next, we are talking about the album that you need to listen to. This album is seriously, it took me by surprise. So the album is Lux by Rosalía, and I did not expect to like this album as much as I anticipated. I'm not a big Rosalía fan. I seriously like maybe like 4 or 5 songs of her before this. I just feel like her vibe I wasn't gravitated towards her vibe. I wasn't gravitated to like her music. At times I even felt like her music was a little weird, and it didn't connect with me. It didn't connect with me at all. But this album just took me out of this world. I was not expecting her to do this type of album. But when I go back, because I went back and listened to a little bit of her like more popular songs, and I see the influence. I see the growth. I see that she's been doing this, but this is just on another higher level. Like this album, she sings in 13 different languages: Latin, Hebrew, Spanish, English, Japanese, Chinese, or Mandarin. What else? Did I say Latin? I said Latin. I can't even name Russian, I believe. I don't even know if Russian's the actual name of the language, but I believe that German. Did I say German already? I don't know. There's just so many different languages she sings on this album. And it's just one of those bold movements, bold albums that people were very surprised. And it's very classical influence. It's very opera influence. It's very there's a lot of orchestral pop sounds. Like it's not a traditional pop sound, it's pop Latino sound. There's even like touches of like reggaeton. There is touches of pop. There's like Mexican ranchera influences within the songs. But even the whole song doesn't sound like that at all, like in the songs that I'll be talking about. But there's even hints of hip hop and, like I said, reggaeton. Like she is mixing all these different sounds, all these different genres, all these different languages, and making it work for her. Seriously, like she did an amazing job with this song. Like she talks about grief, heartbreak. She talks about being like not part of this world, like being part in more a heavenly world. She talks about religion, spirituality. She talks about feminism. She talks about like rebirth and how that looks and what she has experienced since her last album release. Seriously. And it's just you can tell it's very vulnerable. Even at times when you don't understand the lyrics, you can feel her passion, her pain, her vulnerability with the songs, even the languages that she's singing with. And I love that because not a lot of artists can do that. And seriously, this album from start to finish, I loved. Like I was so shocked because this is not a sound that I love classical music. Like I listen to that all the time. Not all the time. I listen to that. If it comes up, I'll listen to it. But it's more like coming from her, I was not expecting it to like it as much. Like I said, I wasn't like a biggest Rosalía fan. This album has made me a true fan of her. Like I want to follow her journey into her next album. I want to go back and truly listen in depth her lyrics and be like, okay, let me give this a second chance. Because she's released, I believe, 2 albums in the past. And so I really want to give them that chance. There's just so much. I love the sounds. I love just how she also composed this, the production, like the fact that it can go from classical to like reggaeton to like a hip hop vibe to like a very electronic vibe. It's such a cool mix. Like whoever produced this did an amazing job. But let me take you with like my top 3 songs. This is in no particular order. And I'm gonna give you a little extra one. Okay. So like right off the bat, like the first song, the intro song, Sexo, Violencia y Llantas, that song really gravitated me, really captured my attention. And it's just one of those songs that I was like, oh, she's telling us something. She's introducing us into this world of Lux, this project, this album, this new era of her, and I completely love it. Like, I just love the song. I love the production of it. It starts very slow, then picks up, and then there's just this big production, and then slowly like fizzles out. And it's just a great way for her to capture you into wanting to listen to this album. Seriously. But going back to my top three, hey, so the first one is called Porcelana, and basically means porcelain. And it's this orchestral pop with electronic sounds. You know, the vibe is this tense, big, cinematic. It builds like with this tension production, and then goes dark, and then it has like a cello vibe, and then it eventually just has this like electronic, elements through it. And it's just so cool. Like, I just love the way she mixed it and the production. It explores themes of sacrifice, it explores themes of female empowerment, and so I think even like the languages she speaks in this, like she sings in Japanese, and it sounds so natural. It doesn't sound off. Like, she just knew how to use that language and to really express those feelings. Like, she even sings in Latin in this, of course she sings in English, and it's just one of those songs that she literally sings in 4 different languages. Like, that's crazy, 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 crazy. But I love this. I love the sound. It's just very big. It's just very captivating. Captivating. Like, truly one of those songs of my top 20 of this year. I don't know where I'm going to place it. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to, just because the whole album's just great. Now, of course, these are more of my favorite, but then later on, a week from now, something else can grow, and I can maybe not even put this in my top 20. I don't know. Who knows? But it's just a great, great, great track. The second track, it's called La Perla featuring Yaritza y su Esencia. And this song's more traditional. I would say it's the more song that feels the more traditional, more the same like structure, like the way a traditional song should sound. It's like this pop ballad with the strong influence of ranchera, the Mexican vibes. It's very like traditional. I don't know. It's like the more traditional song here. Like, it doesn't really explore with different languages. The song's entirely in English, in Spanish, and so it just talks about like a brutal breakup of a song. It just talks about exploring like what she experienced with her ex-lover, with like accusations of narcissism and lack of loyalty, and also just being heartbroken by her ex. And I think it's very relatable. People can relate to this. People can really relate to this song, and it's just one of those songs that you can feel when they both sing. Like, even like the production, sometimes it kind of sounds with a little bit of like that orchestra type of feel, but you still hear the dominant sounds of the música ranchera. The theme overall, it's just heartbreaking, but they both express it so well that it's like really a song that stood out for me. And I think it even stood out because, like I said, this is like the only song where like it's fully in Spanish. There's no additional stuff. There's no additional, really much, like diversity within it. But what's cool about this song, it kind of feels like a quinceañera song. It feels like a little waltz song. It has like those strings. It has like that vibe. Even like the melody, the way they're singing it, I can like see this being danced to at a quinceañera, or maybe like a father-daughter dance or something like that. And it's cool. Like, I don't get me wrong. Like, I really do enjoy this, even though it gives me that vibe. Maybe it gives me more of a nostalgic feel. It doesn't give me like a 2000s feel or anything, but maybe to me it feels nostalgic, and that's why I do like this song. So definitely check this one out. And the final song that I do want to talk about, I think this one's my favorite. I think it's my favorite. It's the one that I've played a little bit more on replay than any other song. But it's called Reliquia, which means relic in English. Reliquia is Spanish for relic, right? And so it just has this really orchestra pop sound. It has very classical. It's very cathedral, angelic, and it's like very grand, big, and bold. And it's just one of those songs that you can see where her vocal ability has been trained, like what she can do with her voice vocally. And I love this song. It kind of reminds me like of an opera song, um, and not in a bad way, like in a really, really cool way. You know, this song, she says it's inspired by Santa Rosa de Lima. Also, it talks about being, you know, the idea of her being a relic and being spread around the world, and the ideas of with concepts of spirituality, of her journey, transcendence, and also personal convention and personal connection to the divine. And so I think this one's more of those themes that she talks about with throughout the album, about feeling more heavenly, not her feeling heavenly, but more in the spiritual realm, or even kind of having that more spiritual sound, maybe that higher divine connection, talking about like maybe her religion, her beliefs. And I think that's why it works so well. Like the way that opera sounding along with that theme is so cool to see. And in this song, she even sings in Hebrew, you know, she sings in English and Spanish. And it's really cool to see that, like that language mixed with Spanish, because that was like a traditional language from years and years, thousands of years ago. So I just love this. Like I said, it's very cathedral, with like this opera sound, orchestral sound. But what I love about this song that truly captivated me was the outro. The outro is so cool. It has this very like electronic, intense, like I would say it's like a good 25 seconds of the song. Like it changes from being so classical to being like this electronic sound. And I think it fits so well, so perfect. It still gives me that like modern sound to it. And so I think that's why I truly love this. And like I said, I just love how this song makes me feel, the way it sounds, the production. I think I'm such a production guy that anytime there's a great song with the production, and I just can't get away from it. And I truly love this song. So definitely check it out. Go listen to her album. I can't wait to get the vinyl. It's on my Christmas wish list. Hopefully I get it, because she has like 4 additional songs or 5 additional songs on the actual like vinyl, or like the physical pressings of this album. And I haven't had a chance to listen to those, because I heard they're so much better. It really adds to the story. It really adds to this project, to this era, and people are raving her so much for this album release, which it's so cool. It is so cool to see that. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Go check out that album. Go check out those songs. I appreciate you. Love you. Thank you for the support. Like, comment, subscribe. I will be placing these songs on our playlist, so you can go check it out either on Spotify or Apple Music. You know, I don't really have the other streaming services. Sorry about that. But I really do hope you still get to enjoy this. You know what? Maybe I will do an actual playlist on YouTube. Link it down below. I mean, you're watching this either on YouTube, you're probably watching this or listening to this on Apple Podcasts. So, you know, YouTube is free. Everyone in the world has access to YouTube, at least I think, you know. Don't quote me on that, but I think most of the world has access to YouTube. So yeah, guys, thank you again. Love you. Thanks for the support. Not too much of a long episode, I hope. And yeah, go listen to great music. Get ready for the next few videos. I'm so excited to see what's coming up towards the end of the year. And you know, I'm excited to do the next few episodes. You're going to love them. I'm going to love them, just because it's going to really give me a rewind of 2025, what's been released, what are the high points of 2025, what are the low points of 2025, and see my favorites. And I'm excited to see that, and to even create the playlist for myself. So thank you again. Love you. Remember, say it louder. It's only Treble.